Welcome back to Pints with Pals. I'm your host, Jason. Joined with me today, as usual, Mike and Jeremy. How's it going, Mike? How's it going, Jeremy?
It's going
What's
okay.
going? How are you, sir?
What are we drinking today, guys?
Well,
Festbier.
yeah.
Beer.
Oh, boy.
Oktoberfest. Sierra Nevada. I don't know. I've got some glare, but Sierra Nevada Festbier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not had this. I'm not even 100% sure I've had Fest beer in general. Like,
Never
I'm not
had.
sure I
Nope.
would be able to tell the difference.
I think we'll have to ask the brewery here some questions because I have several. Smells delicious.
So
Jeremy,
Sierra
have you
Nevada
had
was
this beer? Ooh.
Not Sierra Nevada's. I think this is their first year, actually. Look at
Okay.
this one. They've been trying to do it off and off like 20 years. I was
Looks-
reading.
Looks
Look at that. It's
very
so nice and
Oh.
clear.
yeah.
Nice little copper hue.
mine looks like pie. Oh,
About a finger and a half ahead.
Oh. Well, this
it
glass
does. It's
holds
very, very clear.
like this is a perfect pour, but I've no head. But I also can't lift it up to show you. Just have to take my word for it. Oh, I spilled some.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Well, Mike already.
First impressions, trying to even describe the flavor. It's interesting.
Definitely had more hops than I thought it would have, but
Yeah.
it could be the American hops that they used in it, because
Yeah.
most German noble hops aren't this strong.
It tastes fruity to me almost,
It does, yeah. It has
Yeah.
like a nice little.
and not even citrusy fruity. But I'm sure it probably is. But it's a definite fruit flavor, fruit forward, which is surprising to me. So Sierra Nevada isn't like the known for their I mean, they are known for their varieties, but not like they don't go like super overboard with a lot of their different stuff, do they? Like just trying experimental beers and all that kind of stuff.
You can find some crazy stuff from them once in a while, but I feel like it's kind of regional. Like I know because they're plants just over in North Carolina. You find some odd stuff there on the shelves.
Yeah, so the reason that we chose that for this week, not only is it for October specifically for you guys, it's Oktoberfest typically starts in September, especially for like Germany and the other places that it's actually celebrated, and then we just push it into October. Maybe because of distribution and stuff. I don't know if it took longer back when we first started doing this, so they had to just wait for Oktoberfest. But is it called Oktoberfest in Germany, or is it just called like Beer Fest?
No, it's Oktoberfest.
No.
It starts in September and goes.
Yeah,
through
I think it's like
October.
a multi-week event, right? So I think it just
Yeah.
rolls into Oktoberfest. I don't know why.
Yeah, if it started in Bavaria, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Back when they used to be a country. But I mean, this is definitely a lot leaner than a Marzen. A Marzen has more body to it. This is like
Yeah.
more just a lean. Its color's even lighter than most Marzens that I have. Marzens I find to be a lot more malt forward, so a bit sweeter. And typically a Festbier usually is lower ABV, but us Americans we typically like higher ABV. So this comes in at 6%. So I feel like it should be around 5 or less.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. I from the descriptions of like last year and when we were talking about trying to find fest beers, I couldn't find any fest beers last year when I was looking. But I was looking in October, not in September, so that would be the difference.
Well, the style Festbier, from what I understand, is gaining popularity in the U.S. It's really popular over in Germany and Belgium and stuff like that. That seems to be more of their beer of choice for Oktoberfest. Not so much the Marzen, because it's lighter. I mean, so it's not as heavy on the gut. It's lower ABV, and all that kind of stuff. Which us Americans, we really like the heavier, more alcohol beers. So seems
Well,
like
6%. I feel like
not
that's
high, but it's higher than what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting
okay.
like 4.5 to 5 at the
Yeah,
most.
same. Definitely, as it sits, it definitely sticks to the back of my throat. Maybe that's the IBUs. It is very hoppy, a lot hoppier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Um, this is also my first fest beer, and I will admit I didn't know it was a thing until this year when we were talking about it. So,
Yay!
new one for me.
Hero knowledge, just a little bit, not too much.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know none, so literally anything. So, how would we rate this?
I would get it
ahead.
again. Yeah, I
Okay,
would definitely get this again. So I would definitely a thumbs up. But I would want to get it on tap. I want to see what it tastes like in tap versus in can. I want that experience.
I would not buy it again. I got a 6-pack, so I'll have 5 more of them to drink. But I think that's going to be it for me. I wouldn't get it again this year. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough.
I would get it again next year to see if it changed, especially if this is their first year of doing it or first few years of doing it.
I'm in the middle. I feel like I want to wait to see how it changes. I mean, I like hoppier beers. I'm not sure I love this. I'm just not getting much other than the hops, and I guess some fruitiness. Definitely pick up a lot of the alcohol, so I'm like in the middle.
No middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
So
give me a flight of Marzens, fest
that'd be
beers.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then that'd be fine. Yeah, but yeah, I guess we're all over the spectrum on this one.
But yeah, it's a middle. It's not a quite thumbs down because I'll finish this one and I'm sure it'll change by the end of this episode. But right now I'm a medium thumb. So 2 out of 3 pals recommend if you count half of a pal.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, how was everyone's weekend? Did anyone do anything fun?
I may or may not have gotten drunk again. That's all I do now, apparently. No, I didn't get that drunk. I just went to my dad's cottage for a... we were going to do a bonfire, but the mosquitoes right now look like hummingbirds. They are ridiculous. It is a super, super terrible time to be in Michigan. I don't know if it was like this in other states or not, but we had like record floods, so it's just everything got really wet and then sat for a couple of days, and all the mosquitoes are like, oh, look at this, everywhere's a mosquito ground, and they're bad right now. But yep, just had a bunch of bourbon. It was good times.
So mosquitoes aren't so bad down here, but they can be. A lot of our water don't really sit. They usually just goes down someone's creek or backyard and floods them out. Just keeps on moving. But me and the wife, we went to Mountain City, which is a small low town in the mountain called Mountain City, ironically. So we kind of walked through there, took a bunch of pictures. They have like a lot of paintings and murals and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. They have like I don't know if it's the beginning of Country Road or one of the stops on Country Road. Like throughout Tennessee, you stop at some of these towns that will have like those signs and saying like what musician was from this town and what instruments they played and how far they got it and stuff like that. And the bulk of them go to like Nashville for like the most part, and some were even on Yeehaw, if those are old enough to remember that TV show. And then we went to we stopped at this one store, which reminded me of like all the stores in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is a everything store. You walk in, they got like tackle over here, they got worm guts over there, they got food over here, antiques, beer. It's just what it was. It was really cool. And she was from Pennsylvania. They moved down here, I think she said like 8 years ago, and we were chit chatting and stuff like that. And was telling us that they have a trade show going on down the road. I'm like, I don't know if I'll go to a trade show. I'm not really into that. I was thought about going up to Damascus, Virginia. That's like kind of like wine country. So checking it out. She's like, yeah, it's the 4th year they're doing it, and it's where the is in Trade, Tennessee, and it's where the pioneers and the natives would get together and trade at. So they had powwow. Anyways, we drove there. They have like a powwow going on, and I'm really big into like Native American stuff, and just watching these powwows and dances and rituals going on and stuff like that. That was really, really, really cool. And they have some really cool old engines, like like generating power, like these small little engines that were spinning this like flywheel, and you see this light kind of just like glow every so often as it's just generating power to it, like old stuff like you just don't see anymore, and kind of like a yard swap sale kind of thing going on as well too. There's just stuff everywhere, but it was really neat though for what it was. I'll go back next year. That was fun. Yeah, that was my weekend.
Cool.
What about you?
I tried to find where I got that really old beer from one of our previous episodes. Trying to pinpoint. I did not go. I know where I didn't get it, so I went somewhere new to grab this. I guess now that I say that, I need to check the date on the can. But if it's the first year, I feel like it's okay.
This was born on 7/12/23. Mine was anyway.
I was 7/14/23.
Oh, 7/3. So same as Mike's.
Mine was 13. So yours is the oldest again.
Okay, well there you go. What else did I do? Went and grabbed brunch, and that was about it. Did a lot of cleaning around the house. Some like Moroccan. Ooh. It was actually delicious. It was Moroccan with spices, tomatoes. It was almost like a shakshuka. I'm gonna say it wrong. And they had some like fried onions in there, which were kind of weird. But and there was some sourdough bread, which was delicious sourdough bread. And they had a coffee. It was very, very boring.
That was good though.
It was delicious. It was delicious. And they had this like they had their own hot sauce that they make. It was like a habanero pineapple. I'm like, yep, putting that in there. It wasn't as spicy as I wanted. I expected like habanero was gonna like kick you in the face, and it didn't. But I guess maybe I didn't want that either. So, but yeah, no, it was a good weekend. Didn't get up to too much.
Yeah, it was just Saturday for me. That's all. Just the one day.
So on the topic of what we're drinking, Oktoberfest beers, are there any have you guys ever been to an Oktoberfest party, a beer garden?
I will in a couple weeks.
Okay.
I have.
Well, no, I did. It's a lie. I did last year, actually, yeah. But it was in Nashville, Tennessee.
I remember you talking about this.
Yeah, Germantown. My biggest disappointment, and a few other people I talked to about it, they said that was bullcrap as well. They had 4 beer tents, and every beer tent had the same 4 beers.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was very disappointing, but they had a lot of German food. So I had like the really popular German dishes, and it's just street food. It's just like sausage curry, basically. So they just take whatever sausage it is, they sprinkle a little bit of curry powder on it and a little bit of ketchup on the side or something like that. It's just like street food you can eat. I had I used to know these names, so I forgot, but like the white sausage, that was really good. Ate some of that. Of course, you got to get a pretzel. Like that's just. Mike, you okay over there? Your eyebrows like razor velvet high.
I was trying to figure out what that white sausage was. I wanted to say schnitzel, but then that's the.
No.
I get
pork or chicken.
Yeah, I get the little dumpling things confused with the chicken or the whatever the other thing is, and everything sounds the same to me. It's all boiled meat. It's gross.
You guys ever been to one? Something similar to that, I guess.
I was supposed to go to one the year of COVID. Like I had won some tickets to like a big event, like in January or something, and I'm like, yes, finally can go to like a cool, they had the tent set up, beer color, beer color, Mike. Yeah. Jeremy, I don't know if you've been there, but it's a bar in Taylor, Michigan that has they used to have a ton of stuff on tap. It's kind of gotten a little bit not as much after COVID, but they have like the German benches, the picnic benches, very, very close to everyone, and just great place to be. But anyway, they do an Oktoberfest every year. Supposed to go to that. COVID happened, they had to cancel it, but I'm not in Michigan that much to at least that time of the year to actually go to it, but so I haven't actually been.
Now.
There are some in the Pittsburgh area that I've been eyeing, but don't know if I'm gonna get to one. So I want to.
Pretty small, fun one. Which you guys don't live down there, which would be really fun because it's just open to anybody. There's no tickets. It's kind of first come first serve. It's one of the smaller breweries that I go to is, it's called Depot Street Brewery, and they're gonna have brats and pretzels, and he has a smoked Marzen. He has a Festbier. I think he has a couple other German style. I think he has a German lager and something else on tap for this little shindig, and it's like 2 weeks from now, I think. I may go to that. I don't know. I'm doing a lot of beer drinking in the next few weekends, so I don't know if I can squeeze another one or not. But I did look up the white sausage, and it's called Weisswort.
Weisswort?
Weisswurst. That's what it is. Weisswurst.
My friend is doing he's done it for the past couple of years, and I'm finally going to be in town for it. He does an Oktoberfest party. Depending on how many people shows up, he might get a keg of something. Lots of German food.
Right.
But that will probably be my first official,
Yeah, intro to it.
Yeah. Mike, you're invited to that, by the way. So are you, Jeremy, but I don't know if you can make it the 600 miles or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening. That is short of a notice.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you ever, like I was telling Mike before, like he was up to go to Nashville. Go check out Germantown. It's actually really cool over there. I mean, it's just this whole area is just all dedicated to the German heritage and stuff like that. Kind of like the Rheinheist or whatever, like in Cincinnati, where all the German immigrants kind of moved to and stuff like that. So,
I saw
Jason if ever get out that way.
Yeah, no, I was actually at the store. I saw, is it Ryan? Yeah, they're
Oktoberfest.
yes.
Is that the one that looks kind of like an alien? I feel like I see like a face on the skin. Yeah. Okay. No, it's like a skull. Yeah. It's like a teardrop skull.
Yeah. I did not grab that one. I remember now.
I didn't realize that's a German. I guess I should have realized that was a German based on the name, but
Rheinheist.
Yeah. Did not put two and two together.
That's what I'm here for, I guess.
Yeah. So I am not sure if I like this beer anymore. Sorry.
Warming up.
It's gotten warm. I think it got warmer quicker because I had to like freeze it beforehand because I wasn't prepared. But I froze it I put it in the freezer for 45 minutes and then it sat in the fridge for another like half an hour. So it was cold enough, but it, as it warms up, it's getting more and more bitter. So it's,
so let's see. I'm trying to think. We need to get a spreadsheet, list all of our beers, and list all the IBUs, the alcohol percentages, and the style, because I'm curious how this ranks. I mean, it's got to be Too Hearted is like what, 40 IBUs?
Something like that.
It's 60, so it's double this. Because this is 30.
Yeah, it's another weird thing too, because like, so they're based on the alpha acids. It's how you get your IBUs. Like, so some hops will give like 11% whatever alpha acids, but I mean that's not necessarily like it's always going to be super bitter because it's 11%. It's just there's other things that kind of happen. It all depends on what stage you put the hops in as well too. What you're going to get out of it. Again, usually at the beginning of the boil, it's going to be your bittering hops. Towards the middle, it's going to be slightly bittering, a little bit of flavor, and then at the last 5 minutes or last 10 minutes, 5 minutes or so, you're going to get more aroma. You're going to get the smell of the hops themselves. Like it's a lot of like passion fruit. That's what I was when I always go to. So there's like a lot of passion fruit notes. You're going to smell that on the nose, and then you may not taste it so much, but you kind of smell it a little bit.
I feel like this had.
I kind of like it.
Go ahead.
Nope. So I was gonna say I think I like it more. I feel like when mine's warm up, it gets slightly more like I get more like sweetness out of it. I guess like more malt forward notes.
I was gonna say I think that when I originally had it, it was it had not so much a grapefruity flavor, which is I feel like what I normally get from IPAs and high IBUs, but I had like more of maybe like a passion fruity, like not so citrusy, but still in that kind of same category. Not so like orange rind or grapefruit rind pith. But yeah, I might also just be like, I think that it's like I'm reacting to it because I feel like I'm getting more and more red as I just like sit here. So I don't know if it's like something in this kind of style of beer that's that I'm more allergic to than other styles of beer.
I agree. My face is also on fire.
Well, I mean, again, like I think I could also go back to what kind of yeast they're using in there too. So, it may not necessarily be the hops. It could be a little bit. Actually, it could be everything, right? It could be a little bit of like the German and American hops may not be working with you very well. It could be whatever yeast they want to use. But I can tell you this much. I mean, it being a big company like this, they use pellets. Like they're not using fresh hops. It just costs too much money, and they're not going to use liquid yeast. They're going to use dry yeast because it just costs way too much money.
What is Sierra Nevada's other big brand or big thing? The brown.
Oh, they have pretty much an APA that's pretty good. American Pale Ale.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot what it's called. But I mean, you wouldn't like it. It's very hoppy. That's kind
You
of what
wouldn't
they're
like
known
it.
for. You
Yeah.
wouldn't like it. I like it because I mean, it's good when it's super cold. It's a very crisp, refreshing. What is the other one they're known for?
Torpedo is the one.
Yeah.
I think they had their tap room was called Torpedo or something, because that closed during COVID. I don't know if they reopened it.
Yeah,
They're
they have a
also in
whole-
Chico,
Oh, are they?
California,
Maybe that's where they started, and then like they
and
just had a
Mills
shop
River,
in-
North Carolina.
Yeah. Which is weird because it's right on the outskirts of like Asheville. Like it's just there's Asheville, and then
I really
that's right there.
want to visit Asheville. Asheville sounds like a fun place to be. It doesn't sound like it's I not Nashville. I do want to visit Nashville,
Ash.
but not necessarily
went
in
to
the same
Nashville.
thing. I was going to, and then
Oh.
that trip got canceled because they wanted to go like in a month or in like a couple of weeks from now, and they wanted to drive down there for like a 3-day weekend or a 4-day weekend, and I was like, 8-hour drive for a 4-day weekend. Granted, I wanted to go for the because we just probably missed most of the colors as far as like the trees and everything could go, but yeah, it's my my wife's favorite time of year is fall, and she was a teacher, and back when she was a teacher, she could never go on trips in the fall. And then she stopped being a teacher. She's like, yes, I could finally go on trips. And then she married me, and I can't go anywhere during the fall. And she's like, I hate it. The funny thing is I've been at this company for so long that my busiest season is during the fall. So I've learned to hate the fall. I'm just like, oh, I hate the fall. So it's like when it starts seeing trees change color, it's like, I'm not going to see outside for a couple of weeks.
Right. No, there are a few other beers that Sierra Nevada makes that I would definitely like for us to try. They have a whole series called like Little Things, and you guys can look into those later. But the ones I think you guys would like to try is they have a Bigfoot. It's a barley wine. It's so good, so good. And then there is a Narwhal or Norwell. I don't want to say it.
Norwell.
That's really good. I can't get the barrel aged one here. I could probably have to go to North Carolina to get it, but they have. It is such a good imperial stout. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I was thinking not to derail the conversation too much. I was thinking it would be kind of fun to like take a brewery and then do like a mini series for us, a mini series on that brewery. Like I sent you guys a picture of all the Alaska beers. There's like 8 Alaska beers, and it would be a fun like this season is Alaska or Alaskan ales or whatever it is.
I'll be getting a lot of those actually.
Yeah.
My neighbors bring me down 2 different 12 packs. They have like the variety packs.
Because
nice.
Rheingeist has a ton. What was you sent one the other day, or you sent a picture of some other beers that you got. That other brewery has a ton. The one that you thought was 2 different breweries, Ranger. We did the IPA.
The
Voodoo Ranger?
New Belgium.
Yeah, New Belgium. We could do New Belgiums, and that would be like a 30 episode one, trying to get through that entire playlist of their beers or whatever. But
That'd be fun to go there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Get the flights. That'd be fun. And do
Right.
a tour and everything. That'd be a blast.
yeah.
That would be so much fun.
I don't know if you had tried to like look up how you would make a Marzen, or not a Marzen, a Festbier.
This beer I did actually. Yeah. So this is pretty spot on to like how I would make it. So like, I would use I'm just gonna round up these numbers up. I would use 10 pounds of German Pilsner malt. Then I would use 2 pounds of Munich Type 1. And then 8 ounces of Victory malt. So basically all that's going to do is just add a little bit of color, a little bit of more of the biscuit kind of flavor to it. So like things like saltine cracker or something like that to it as well. Then I would use noble hops. Like I wouldn't use any American hops. So I would go straight Holotar. I'd use 1.5 ounces for that. This 60-minute boil. In the last 5 minutes, I'd throw in another 1.5 ounces or so. For yeast, now it's torn on yeast. I feel like I got burnt on for the first liquid yeast I bought. Maybe I'll talk about that in one of these episodes coming up. But you could get a Munich Lager white yeast, 2308. Or what I would recommend myself, or what I would use would be a Safale T58 or Cellar Science German Dry, which seems to be kind of getting more popular around with home brewers and stuff like that. But I'm more familiar with the Safale line of stuff, or Fermentus is actually what it's called. But yeah, that's again pretty simple recipe. It'll be heavy though. It's gonna be not gonna be easy crane build to pull out of the the old kettle.
So it is. If you were to do, not to like derail our Marzen episode, but if you were to do a Marzen, would you change? Is there? No. But I mean, if you were going to do a Marzen after this, like if you were to do a Marzen, is it mostly the same stuff and you just change a few things, or is it completely different?
Yes. No, I would probably just change. I would probably change the Munich. I'd probably use more Munich malts.
Okay.
In there for more maltiness, darker, richer color. I'm not sure how I would make it heavier though. I would have to do a little bit of research how to make it a little more thicker, I guess, viscous.
Well, that's stay tuned. That'll likely be one of the following episodes. Cool. Yeah. So are you guys picking up anything else in it now? I said you talked about it. You're getting more of a sweet note when it was getting warmer. Mm-hmm. Jason, are you having any better or worse experiences?
Well, I feel like I should have eaten more food. It's very, very toasty. It's 6%. You know, maybe I'm a lightweight now. I guess I will say I like it better. I still don't know that I'm still maybe a little bit higher, but yeah, maybe it needed to warm up. Maybe it was too cold. But I'm still about the same. The flavor hasn't changed. Maybe the IBUs have gotten. Maybe as it's breathed, the IBUs aren't as bad or as heavy. I like IBUs though. I don't know. I don't know what. I gotta drink another one to see what's setting me off.
There you go.
It's still sticking to my. The tannins or whatever. Just still in there.
Yep, I definitely feel that. I think that as I've had it, it's gone like back and forth. Like I went from never gonna have it again to like I might have another one tonight.
No.
But I can definitely see your nose is really red from it. I'm not sure what's that all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
it's getting hot in here just in general. Yeah. Yes.
I think on tap would be an interesting experience.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I think this might have been my first Sierra Nevada beer.
Oh, really? Yeah. They make a lot of good beers.
Cool.
I think Jason would like the Little Things series because there's just all sorts of like IPA, the sours, the wheat kind of beer. It's just all over the place. They're all like pretty much unfiltered for the most part, so they are.
I mean, I really like their pale ale, but I haven't had much of their other stuff.
Well, on that note,
happy Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to have some pints with your pals.
And please drink responsibly.
Like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord.
Cheers all.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh no.
Oh, you guys finished all yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. Come on, Layway, let's go.